Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be in Chisinau again. Good evening to the Prime Minister, to Governor Amashu, Governor Tolmach. Like Paul Hilbers, who spoke before me, I come with two hats. Currently, Deputy Director of the European Department in the International Monetary Fund, so I oversee the IMF's relations with the Republic of Moldova. But about 25 years ago, I was the IMF's resident representative here in Chisinau and served here during a period of some turbulence shortly after the introduction of the Leu in 1993. So let me first congratulate you all on this great date. Happy birthday to the Leu. It's a great achievement to reach 30 years since the issuance of the currency. This is a reflection of some very difficult decisions, some courageous decisions that were taken 30 years ago. The times in 1991 were extremely difficult. You know this more than I do. Inflation had reached 2,000%, and the Moldovan economy shrunk by 50% from 1991 to 1994. 50%. This is a shocking amount of turbulence, amount of chaos. And in the middle of that, difficult decisions had to be made, how to protect the country, how to begin its transition and its period of growth. Difficult decisions were made to introduce a new currency at that time with no foreign exchange reserves. So really a case of learning by doing and of starting down a road. And it's been really the privilege of the IMF to serve as a key partner for the National Bank of Moldova over the last 30 years during that initial period of difficulties and to be a partner to the Republic of Moldova more generally. The IMF's partnership, and I'm speaking, I think, on behalf of the international community and all partnerships, has involved providing financing. So at the beginning, there were special facilities that were made available for countries of the former Soviet Union that had joined the IMF to help them start the process of accumulating foreign exchange reserves as well as technical assistance. During the last 30 years, the IMF has provided 100 different technical assistance engagements just in monetary policy and in the financial sector. And as you know, the National Bank of Moldova has gone from a period of borrowing to have its own foreign exchange reserves to now having over $5 billion worth of foreign exchange reserves. When I came to Chisinau in 1996, the times were still somewhat turbulent, but somewhat less so. Growth was starting to emerge, and by 1997, there was positive growth, and the Leu was a strong currency. So virtually during the first 2 years I was here, the Leu was reliably at 4.65 per dollar. This was a time, I think, of hope. This was a time when it started to seem like there would be a payoff from the difficult work. And 1998 was the Russian financial crisis, and this dealt another blow to Moldova. So the Leu also experienced pressure, and by the time my term came to an end in 1999, the Leu was no longer at 4.65, but a bit beyond 12. I have to confess, at that time, I wasn't sure I would see the 30th birthday of the Leu. 1999 was a difficult year. Growth, again, was minus 8.5% in 1999. And as I mentioned, the currency had depreciated, inflation had picked back up, and it was a dark year for Moldova. But with support, with further financial assistance, not only from the IMF, but from other external partners, that period was overcome. And since then, other periods have been overcome. Big achievements were the introduction by the National Bank of its inflation targeting framework, and subsequently, over the last 8 or 10 years, the strengthening of the banking sector following the banking scandal in 2014 that the Prime Minister mentioned. So throughout all of the last 30 years, again, the IMF has been a strong partner, but we've had a strong partner on the other side. The National Bank was created beginning from 1991, and it was really an institution that was open. Took decisions on the basis of sound analysis and good information. It was a good partner that shared information. It asked the right questions. After all, you can't have 102 technical assistance missions if you don't have a strong partner. So we've had a strong partner for 30 years in the National Bank of Moldova, which has created a sound and strong framework for the Leu, and that's brought us to today and to this 30th anniversary celebration. My colleague Paul Hilbers from the board of the IMF mentioned that next week will be a consideration of a review of the IMF's latest financial support program for Moldova. This will be the 4th review. Everything is on track. The program is being very strongly implemented, notwithstanding another round of external shocks which have affected Moldova. Mr. Hilbers mentioned the war in Ukraine, the run-up of food and energy prices, and here the inflation targeting framework of the National Bank proved instrumental in allowing the bank to intervene quickly, to stabilize the financial sector and to put inflation on a path back down. So now inflation is back within the target range, and we can look forward to further work over the next 2 years. We have a new program that will be aimed to be approved next week. It will help Moldova focus on climate challenges, on energy security issues, and on green finance. So this is a new chapter in our partnership with Moldova and with the National Bank in particular, and we look forward to continuing to support Moldova at a difficult time, but the road ahead now has the opportunities of European integration, of European Union membership. This is a very strong beacon, and we're from the IMF and from the international community here to provide you our strong support. I have no doubts about the next 30-year birthday this evening as I talk to you. So once again, congratulations to our colleagues from the National Bank of Moldova, to former colleagues. Governor Tomac will speak soon. He's a towering figure. He helped create the Leu, he helped create the National Bank of Moldova, and he helped create the financial system that we all benefit from today. So it's very good to see Governor Tomac here. It's very good to see Governor Armasio, who is taking this legacy forward and strengthening it and enhancing it as governor of the National Bank. So once again, happy birthday to the Leu. Congratulations to you and your colleagues on this milestone, and looking forward to the next 30 years of strong partnership and strong support from the IMF. Thank you so much.